Hello, this is Ben, and I want to talk to you for a minute about. I'd like to talk talk with you a little bit about Wake Forest. Last weekend, Wake Forest lost to Louisville. Sorry, yeah, and Sam Hartman. This is about Wake Forest versus. You see my shirt here? Go Tar Heels in Carolina. This is what I think will happen next weekend. Today, and this is about why I think North Carolina is better than Wake Forest, and why I think Drake May is a better quarterback than Sam Hartman. Last weekend, Wake Forest came to Louisville. They played Louisville, and the ACC, Wake Forest was number 10 in the country until last weekend. I mean, Sam Hartman does not have scrambles, okay? Nothing against him as a quarterback. Wake is getting ready to play NC State. Yeah. Last weekend, Wake Forest was supposed to win. They sucked. They choked. They did the chokey dance to Louisville. You go to Louisville, and this is Wake Forest's nature. You're ranked number 10. Louisville showed the world that Wake Forest is not a good team. They proved that you can't be Wake Forest and go higher in the rankings. That's not how Wake Forest works. They were at a shot. I mean, they had a chance to make it. You are number 10 in the country, and if you had won at Louisville by 30 instead of them winning by 30, if you had the turnovers to them and not them having the turnovers to you, then you would have had a chance, maybe, to go to the Orange Bowl. But you lose. Now I'm watching State right now at the TV. They're ranked number 22. Or 21, excuse me. Now Wake Forest is ranked number 20. And you can't fill up your stadium. You can't fill up Carter Finley if you're that at State. I mean, look at Georgia today and Tennessee. Number 1 and versus number 3, right? I mean, when you fall all the way down, there's no way it's going to be Phil next weekend here in Winston-Salem. You can't. I mean, Wake Forest has gone so bad. They are bad. They are not a good football team in America. You have a chance to go to the Orange Bowl. Possibly your Wake Forest. Run the table, ranked number 10, playing an unranked Louisville, who plays like freaking, makes Wake originally look like Elon. and you beat them, and you're a number 10 team, and you play like you have a day where your quarterback, where the YMCA quarterback, I mean, the YMCA, and you beat them, the YMCA quarterback down at Reynolds High School played better that day, if he even played, than Sam Hartman. You just can't play like that. It's unheard of to have a number 10 team get beaten by almost 60 points to somebody who's not even ranked at the bottom, or even near the bottom of the totem pole in your division, let alone the conference, the ACC. What is that all about, Wake Forest? I mean, LeBron James losing against the Lakers was more talked about than the Notre Dame loss at Carolina. Because it's Carolina. They are a good team this year. Drake May is up 5th for the Heisman Trophy as a candidate, behind Bo Nix. And Sam Hartman was supposed to be with where Drake May is, but he lost the game last weekend. Why did Wake lose to Louisville? But credit to those players who probably could have been transfers to the Florida Gators, Florida State, and maybe some other teams. Credit to Scott Satterfield. He coached Appalachian. And he won bad. He won bad. Some people, the world thought Wake would lose to Louisville. Wake Forest has a losing streak in the ACC. They've lost. I'm a fan of theirs, but they lost to everybody. Everybody. Throughout history, because it's Wake Forest. And you think that playing the VMI Keydets, whoever the heck they are, will make you a possibility for the college football playoff? Give me a break. VMI. The VMI team. Who are they? There's some team from Northern Virginia, I guess. I don't know where the hell they are. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I don't know where the heck they are. I don't know. I have no idea. They could be in Timbuktu somewhere. I don't know where the VMI Keydets are. But evidently the team that they played there, they played 3. Wake Forest has played 3 close games. VMI, that was a super easy cupcake win. I don't know where they are. They frustrate me. Why would the athletic department schedule Wake Forest to play the VMI Cadets? I don't know what they're called, whatever the heck they're called. Freaking Liberty, my God. Liberty, they're a nobody. And then Army, who's okay. They made it to a few bowl games, and they always play. And then you play little Boston College, who's not ranked. Seriously? Are you serious? And then you bring Clemson to a third overtime and they win. Well, that was a lucky day, but again, it's Clemson. And then you go to Louisville thinking that's an easy win. But then again, why was Louisville destined? They're nobody. They're not nobody. They're no fluke or anything. But why would they go after Sam Hartman last weekend? Why? When they were ranked 10. There's no way. No way and no chance in heck. Now, I may have been saying something else 2 weeks ago, but there's no chance in heck now that they will even maybe make the Orange Bowl. If they lose tonight, they're done. They are not going to the Orange Bowl. They'll go to the Cheez-It Bowl or the Tony the Tiger, Kellogg's Cereal Bowl in El Paso, Texas, or something like that. But there's no way they're going to go to the Orange Bowl. If you think that, you're dreaming. There's no way. Even if they beat Carolina, they'd go to something like the Gator Bowl, which they won't. Everybody's saying, well, Wake Forest, is going to beat Carolina. No. Carolina's too good, and I'll get to that in a second. Wake Forest, Sam Hartman has proved me wrong. I thought he was going to make the college football playoff at one point. I don't care if they played the Keydets, whoever they are, Liberty or Army, but they beat them. But still, they were ranked 10. If they had beaten Louisville last weekend, they would have been in the top 7. I'm not exaggerating, especially if TCU or somebody lost this weekend going into tonight against the Wolfpack in Raleigh. They would have been ranked in the top 10 or even 7. I mean, now because they lost to Louisville, they blew it. They embarrassed the ACC, let alone the country. That can't happen. It's so unheard of. Look at Carolina today playing Virginia. Virginia was about where Louisville was. And guess what? They beat them. That's what they do. Sam Hartman doesn't know how to play scramble. That is his biggest issue. He doesn't know how to play scramble. And you got to blame your coach, Dave Clawson. He didn't have them ready. Mack Brown always has his team ready. You got to do that. You have to have people ready. It's got to become a habit if you're a coach. You have got to. I'm so tired of Wake Forest's excuses saying, well, we're an academic program, You're number 10 in the country. You're a coach. You got to have the habit, if you're somebody like Dave Clawson, if you want to win against the people like Louisville, to have your team ready. It's just like, I know that this is not a very good example, but a lot of people don't do this. And I'm not saying this is what Mack Brown does to be ready for teams, but you're a good coach. You have to, when you eat dinner, boys and girls, especially girls, right? Especially young ones. Before dinner, they usually, if not every day, always, before dinner, you know what they always do? They wash their hands. They go to the sink, get soap, and they wash their hands. It's a habit. Before bed at night, what do most people do? Most people. I mean, not everybody, but what do most people do? Most people, when they Of course, kids wash their hands before they eat, right? Most people, before they go to bed, they take a shower, they brush their teeth. If they're men like I am, see how I have a beard here? They shave it. Then they get on their jams and read a book before bed. Then they turn the lights out and they kind of doze off, maybe watch TV, maybe like a football game, which I'm doing, and they go to bed. That's what you do. That's what you do. You go to bed. It's a routine. It's, a habit. It's a habit. If you're a good coach, like look at Dabo Swinney at Clemson. He always has his team prepared. Always. He always does. Always. Well, Mac Brown, it appears, he always gets in the habit of having his players ready. That's what good coaches do. I'm not saying that's what it is. It's not a habit. It's not a very good example. It's not a routine that football coaches. I'm not saying that brushing your teeth, getting ready for bed, washing your hands, especially if you're a boy or little girl, especially little girls wash their hands before dinner. It's not a very good example, but I'm just saying it is sort of, though. But I'm just saying a good coach is always mentally ready, prepared to have his players and his quarterback ready for game day. I don't care what stadium it's played in, whether it's in Louisville, whether it's in Clemson, I meant. Yeah. Whether it's at State, NC State, whether it's at Pittsburgh, I don't care. A good coach, I don't care if it's at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, for all I care. They could be there playing. But a coach, I don't care what the stats are. A good coach, a great coach, or a good coach even, pretty good coach, always gets in the habit of making a routine, getting their players prepared. And the players and the quarterbacks have to get in the routine of winning. And Sam Hartman, look what he did. He looked like this when he was throwing. He threw it all over the place. A good quarterback can't look back and stop and look at your line. You can't be afraid if your offense, your offense and defense has to be prepared. They have to play like men. They can't be scared out there. You have to find a way, and I'm no coach, but you have to find a way to not fumble it, to not turn it over. You have to get by your guy somehow. It's like playing chess, okay? When you're playing, we all play chess. Haven't you played chess, right? You know how we all have played chess, the kings and the horses. It's like playing chess. I mean, it's hard to get by a guy and I don't know this, I've never played football, but my dad has. You have to get by a guy. I watch my Panthers all the time. This is what they lacked with Matt Rule until now. You have to, Christian McCaffrey did too, as good as he was. You have to find your way against a guy if you're a player. You have to run, hustle, rush, don't fumble, just run the play. And you have to find a way, as hard as it is, to get around your tackle. That's what these great teams like Georgia and Alabama do. They get by their tackle. They hustle. They're not, it's not that they're gifted, but they know how to do that. They're able. I mean, you have to get in a habit. You have to get in a routine. of understanding which way to go. Carolina has some of that. I'm serious. They're gifted. Drake May is a better quarterback than Sam Hartman, I think, for those very reasons. He's a scrambler. He's a hustler. He's good. He doesn't stop and do that, throw the ball all over the place. He is accurate. And when I watched him today, against Virginia, he threw the ball right to Josh Downs. And you know what Josh Downs did against Virginia? Exactly that. He found a way to get around the opponent at Virginia. Josh Downs is gifted. Wake Forest does not have that. A.T. Perry is good, but he's not great. He's not great. Josh Downs is great. Now, is he Chase McGrath at Tennessee? No. But he is almost that good. He is. He knows how to do it. Mack Brown has his players ready, always. It's a religion for him to have his players go for it. He's always prepared. It's a habit. It's a routine. It's kind of, well, like I said, it's not a good example, but like I said, it's kind of like that little girl washing her hands before dinner, or that man or that lady who washes her face too, brushes her teeth, takes a shower, gets on his jams or her jams, man shaving. It's a routine. Mack Brown has the ability to not have excuses. And he's always prepared. Always. No excuses with Mack Brown. Mack Brown is an SEC proven winner. Look, he coached at Texas in 2007, and he won the BCS. He won the national championship, and he wants to do it again. Despite the format has changed, he's destined to at least give Clemson a game in Charlotte, down in Charlotte, the ACC championship. They didn't hire Mack Brown for nothing at North Carolina. They hired him because he's a proven winner. Nothing against Dave Clawson. I like him. He's a great guy, but he's not been there. He's not done that. He doesn't know how to win like that. He doesn't. He knows how to win some bowl games for you, but he doesn't know how to make it to the national championship. Mack Brown does. And despite the losses, last year, of course, but the year before it was a COVID year. It was a weird year. But despite all that, and the Duke's Mayo Bowl losing to Shane Beamer and Sam Howell, Drake May and Sam Howell are like apples and oranges. They cannot compare. Drake May is like Trevor Lawrence. He is a much better quarterback than Sam Howell. But Mack Brown hasn't forgotten. I know that 2007 was a long time ago. He hasn't forgotten how to make it. He wants to do it despite the formats changed, how the formats changed. He's a winner. He is a winner. I saw that when I saw my Tar Heels the same day I was just explaining to you about Wake. Now I'm talking about Carolina. The same night, same day against Pittsburgh. Look, Carolina was sold out. Kenan Stadium was sold out. And winning today will make it even more sold out, especially if Carolina beats Wake next weekend, which I think they will, which I'm going to get to in a minute, but I think Carolina is destined to go to LA. That might be wishful thinking, but they might go to the college football playoff. They might run the table, and they might do well and give Clemson a game in Charlotte. I do think that. I think it won't be a blowout in Charlotte for Clemson if they do, which I think they will. I don't. I think people are going to be amazed. But Drake May is a special quarterback. He's not Sam Hartman. He is comparing him to Sam Hartman as day and night. Sam Hartman is way worse than Drake May. Drake May is way better, way more accurate, way more scrambling. I mean, he is way better than Sam Hartman by a lot. But I would never say that to Wake fans. But I think Carolina is going to go to either Phoenix, maybe to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl, or maybe the Peach Bowl in Atlanta to play for the national championship. That could be a reality, I mean, if they beat Clemson, yeah, it's a possibility. There's an outside chance, absolutely. But I think they're going to beat Wake Forest. Here's why next weekend. For these very reasons. Because of the Louisville game, I've lost hope. They're ranked number 20. Now they're going to be ranked in the top 15, probably. Carolina has a better quarterback. They have a more accurate offense and defense than Wake Forest for those reasons. I saw it last weekend with Louisville. Carolina is going to come here to Winston-Salem and win against Wake Forest. They are. I know they are. There is no way Wake Forest can prove Carolina wrong. Carolina's too good. Wake Forest is too bad after last weekend. There's no way. Wake Forest will lose. Trust me. Now, they might win tonight against State, but I think that State's going to give them a game because Wake Forest is not what I thought they were 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're not. They suck. They do. They suck. I mean, you cannot lose. They were so lucky. They were lucky to be number 10. But they suck. You cannot be number 10 and lose to an unranked team by almost 60 points. Your team's going to suck. Number 20 is not number 17, which Carolina is right now. And Carolina's way better. They're way better. They make Wake Forest look like Reynolds High School here in Winston-Salem. They do. Carolina plays like Tom Brady used to with New England. They're like the Buffalo Bills in the NFL right now in the ACC. They're good. They're great in the ACC. They're second behind Clemson. They're leading their Coastal Division. The Coastal Division in the ACC. They're leading the division. Wake ain't going to win to Carolina. There's no way. What are people smoking when they say, Wake Forest has a chance? They're not. I think they're going to win against Georgia Tech. Carolina's going to win to Georgia Tech and NC State, this team. And then they're going to play Clemson and give them a game, mark my word, in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium for the ACC title game next month. And I think Carolina stands a chance of winning that game to Clemson, maybe. And then they're going to run Franklin Street. And then they're going to put them in the college football playoff. Wake Forest blew it last week. They can't even go to maybe the Orange Bowl. They might still go to that, but like I said, they're going to go to the Cheez-It Bowl or the Cereal Bowl, Tony Tiger, or the Cheez-It or something like that, or maybe the Lending Tree Bowl. I don't know. But Wake Forest sucks. They suck. They showed it. They can't go. Carolina could. They're going to be in the top 5 before the end of the year. Mark my word. You watch. North Carolina is going to be competitive with Clemson and Alabama and Georgia and Michigan and Tennessee and those guys and Ohio State. Mark my word. North Carolina is going to be great. They are going to compete for the CFP to go to play in either LA, to go to play to LA to either play in, Glendale, Arizona, or in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, to go to LA, to SoFi Stadium on Monday night in the middle of January. They're going to gun for that. Mack Brown is gunning for that destiny. Mark my word. They're going to be right up there with Texas Christian University. Texas Christian University will fall in the rankings. They will before the end of the season. Trust me. And Carolina's going to be competing for the national title, to go to the national title, college football playoffs with Michigan, Clemson. Maybe if they lose to Clemson, Clemson won't be in it. With Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, Georgia, Tennessee, and maybe somebody else. They will earn it. Trust me. Mack Brown is no slouch. I'm telling you. Mark my word for it. Carolina's going to make it. Trust me. Carolina's going to compete to earn the college football playoff. You watch. Don't doubt the Tar Heels, baby. Do not doubt them. They're going to do great this season. Have a good night. Click like and subscribe and comment below. Have a good night. Happy football year. And go Tar Heels. Not Wake. Peace.